Welcome everyone, I'm Dale and this is Cinema Historia. A wealthy French smuggler, destination New York City, and a relentless detective. This week we're going back to 1971 for a noir action thriller film called The French Connection, starring Gene Hackman, Fernando Rey, and Roy Scheider. And this is directed by William Friedkin. So where does our story begin this week? Well, our story begins this week in southern France in the city of Marseille. A police detective has been following Elaine Charnier, nicknamed Frog 1, played by Fernando Rey. Charnier's hitman, Pierre Nicolai, or Frog 2, keeps evil watch, follows, and murders the detective. Charnier plans to smuggle $32 million worth of heroin into the United States by hiding it in his friend's brown 1971 Lincoln Continental Mark III. Agreeing because of needing the money, his friend is television personality Henry Devereaux, traveling to New York City by ship. Meanwhile in Brooklyn, detectives Jimmy Popeye Doyle, played by Gene Hackman, and Buddy Cloudy Russo, played by Roy Scheider, stake out a bar known for trafficking and run down a suspect. After a long day, they go out for drinks at the Shea Club, where Popeye observes Sal Boca and his wife Angie entertaining mobsters involved in narcotics. At the end of the evening, they tail the couple to Sal and Angie's cafe and establish a link between the Bocas and lawyer Joel Weinstock, a buyer in the narcotics underworld. A reliable source from a bar tells Popeye the street is dry, but there's a shipment of heroin arriving soon. The detectives convince their supervisor, Captain Walt Simonson, to wiretap the Bocas' phones, and agreeing they are now joined by federal agents Muldridge and Klein. With Devereaux's vehicle arriving in New York City, Boca is in a hurry to make the purchase, but Weinstock urges patience, knowing they are being surveilled. Charnier realizes he is being surveilled as well, identifies Popeye as a detective, meets with Boca out of town in Washington, D.C., where Boca asks for a delay to avoid the police. Sounds like trouble. So, does Charnier escape Popeye on a departing subway shuttle at Grand Central Station? On a flight back to New York City, does hitman Nicolai offer to hunt down and kill Popeye and Cloudy? Or is $32 million worth of heroin found in an abandoned 1971 Lincoln Mark III coupe? Released October 7, 1971, the story is based on American writer Robin Moore's 1969 book of the same name. With a 97% rating from the film critic Rotten Tomatoes, Roger Ebert gave the film 4 out of 4 stars and ranked it one of the best films of 1971. At the 44th Academy Awards, this film received 13 nominations and 22 wins, including 5 Oscar wins. Best Picture for Philip D'Antoni, Best Director for William Friedkin, and Best Actor in a Leading Role for Gene Hackman, including many others. Yes, if you like the 1968 Steve McQueen film Bullet, you will love this one as well. There is a car chase. Gene Hackman is driving a 1971 Pontiac Le Mans, chasing down a train. Can't tell you how that turns out, but I can give you a trivia question. Did our book follow the story of 2 detectives who star in our film? Did our book follow the story of 2 detectives who star in our film? So, a little more history and the answer to our trivia question coming up next. This week for history, I thought it would be appropriate to remember the star of our film, American actor Gene Hackman. So, born Eugene Allen Hackman on January 30th, 1930 in San Bernardino, California, the family moved frequently, finally settling in Danville, Illinois. Hackman stated that he decided to become an actor at the age of 10, later spent his sophomore year at Storm Lake High School. He left home at the age of 16, lied about his age to enlist in the U.S. Marine Corps, and served 4.5 years as a field radio operator. Hackman was stationed in China and in 1949 was reassigned to Hawaii and Japan, and after his discharge in 1951 moved to New York City where he worked in various jobs. Hackman began a study of journalism and television production at the University of Illinois under the GI Bill, but left without graduating and moved back to California. In 1956, Hackman began pursuing an acting career, joining the Pasadena Playhouse in California, where he befriended another aspiring actor, Dustin Hoffman. Already seen as outsiders by their classmates, Hackman and Hoffman were voted the least likely to succeed. Go figure. Determined to prove them wrong, Hackman moved to New York City with Hoffman and new friend Robert Duvall, sharing New York apartments during the 1960s. Supporting himself by working at Howard Johnson's restaurant, Hackman got various bit roles, including the film Mad Dog Call in 1961 and on multiple TV series. In 1963, he made his Broadway debut in Children from Their Games, and in 1964, the huge Broadway success of Any Wednesday opened the door to film work. And Any Wednesday was made into a film in 1966 starring Jane Fonda, and I have that film if you would like a review. Continuing his work on Broadway and television, in 1967 he played Buck Barrow in the biographical crime drama Bonnie and Clyde, which earned him an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor. A second Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for his role in the drama film I Never Sang for My Father in 1970 led him to winning his first Academy Award for Best Actor for his performance as Popeye Doyle in the 1971 film The French Connection. An active talent from 1959 to 2004, Gene Hackman is considered one of the greatest actors of his generation. A career spanning 4 decades, he received several accolades, including 2 Academy Awards, 2 British Academy Film Awards, and 4 Golden Globe Awards, and he will be sadly missed. And the answer to our trivia question this week: did our book follow the story of 2 detectives who starred in our film? Yes. The book, The French Connection, follows the exhausting investigation of New York City detectives Eddie Egan and Sonny Grosso. Eddie Egan, actor and former police detective, plays Captain Walt Simonson in our film, and film and TV producer, formerly an NYPD detective, Sonny Grosso, plays FBI agent Clyde Klein in our film. In 1961, they attempted to uncover the participants of a drug ring after observing a nightclub that consorts with known criminals, linking it to 2 Frenchmen and a television personality. The character was called Popeye because that was Egan's nickname in real life. Egan and Grosso were also technical advisors on this film, and soon after the film was released, Egan asked to retire from the NYPD and became a full-time actor, and I'm glad he did. I'd like to give a big thank you to my viewers and subscribers, and for remembering Gene Hackman, I'm Dale, and this has been Cinema Historia. Thanks for watching, everyone.